Okay, we're going to grade the daily quiz. Let me blow it up where we can see it better. Okay, daily quiz. First of all, the first problem is 25.92 divided by 8. Then bring that decimal up. 8 into 25, 3. And then bring the 9 down. 8 into 19. And 16, 8 into 42. 5 times 8 is 40. Yeah. What's supposed to be 3? Oh, I'm sorry. I messed up. Okay. So it'd be 6 times 8? No.
4.
What's it supposed to be?
4.
4. Okay, 4 times 8? There we go. That's 32. Okay, so the answer? 3.24. I don't get the point for that one. Okay. I could start the video, but I make mistakes, so I don't care. Did you do something wrong too? You and me both? You probably subtracted wrong like I did.
No, I multiplied wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like me. Little mistakes somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2. 2.48 divided by 1 minus 0.54 plus 24.3 minus 11 times 2. What do we have to do first?
Oh no, parentheses.
Parentheses. 1 minus 0.504. You have to line up your decimals to subtract. 1 minus 504.504. We need to borrow. Makes that 10, 9, 9, 0. 10 minus 4 is 6. And we have a 9, 4, and 4. So that's 0.496. Okay, we need to write everything else down. Bring everything down. Could we go ahead and we could do the 11 times 2, right? 11 times 2 is 22. Okay. After parentheses is exponents, we didn't have any. The multiplying and dividing was left to right. This would have been first and then that, but we already did it. So let's do the division. 2.48 divided by 0.496. You need to move your decimal to the end 3 times, 3 places here. Means you have to add a 0. 496 into 2480.
5 times.
5 times 6 is 30. 45 plus 3 is 48. 20 plus 4 is 24. So it's exact, right? So that came out to 5. Bring the rest down. The multiplication is already done. So now we have just add and subtract from left to right. Add 5 to this is 29.3. Subtract 22.
7.3.
So line up the decimals to subtract it. That would be 3 minus 0. So 7.3. Okay? Now simplify this. What would we divide by? Top and bottom will divide by what?
8.
8. 56 divided by 8.
7.
84 divided by 8. Okay. And prime factorization of these numbers. We're doing a data quiz, and if you want to see the part we missed, I can give this to you, or we're taping it too, so you can watch it online also. Prime factorization of 192. Divide 2 is what? 86 divided by 2 is 33. That's it. This is prime. So it's 2 times 2 times 43, or you could write 2 to the second power times 43. Either one of those answers. Okay, 363. What will that divide by?
3 times 121.
3, 121.
And then 121 with 11 goes into it.
Divide by 11
Yeah. 11 times 11.
is 11. So you got 3 times 11 times 11, or
3 times 11 to the second.
3 times 11 squared. Right. Either one of those answers. Okay?
And that's 1 to the next side.
That's why you can use that. Okay, now we're going to do the lecture for, what is it, 4.6 and 4.7. Make it a little smaller now. Oops, not that small. 4.6 is estimating. Okay, it's estimation for add, subtract, multiply, divide. It's estimating all of them. Okay? A lot of times it'll tell you to estimate and it won't tell you what to round to. So everybody's going to get different answers, okay? Unless it tells you specifically, estimate by rounding to the 10, then you would all get the same answer. So on these problems, it just tells you to estimate and it does not give you a certain place value to round to. When you're grading your papers, as long as you get somewhere close to what the answer is, it's going to be okay. All right? I used to hate estimating because I couldn't get the same answer, but it doesn't have to be the same answer as the book, unless it tells you exactly how to do it. So don't get all fretful if you don't get the exact right answer that they have. Okay, if you're estimating, say you were shopping and they had a chair, okay? They have a chair. You probably wouldn't want to buy that one, it's got short legs, but they say there's a chair for $79.98. Okay, by looking at that, you're thinking, I need at least, what, 4 chairs? Or I need at least 6 chairs to go around my table. You're not going to multiply this times 4 or times 6 in your head. What you're going to do is you're probably going to round this to 80 and say, well, I need 6 of them, so about how much is that going to cost me? So just do like 80 times 6. And that gives you a close, you know, what it would be without tax, right?
Yeah.
6 times 8 is 48. So you know it's going to be about 480 without tax for 6 chairs. So that's what estimation is. It's like what you would do when you're out shopping. You see a price and you figure out, oh, do I have enough money? And you just kind of do it in your head real quick. So that's what you would do, like this is multiplying it. If you were adding 2 things, say you were going to buy a couple of chairs, maybe you were going to buy 2 chairs, and there was a brand new table, okay? I don't know how to draw tables. Anyway, we have a table over here. You probably wouldn't want it because it's ugly and it's only got 3 legs, right? Okay, but say this table said it costed $129.98. And let's say you've got $200 in your pocket. Okay, would you be able to buy the 2 chairs you needed and the table? Okay, the chairs were $79.98, and the table is $129.98. Okay, actually, you probably couldn't even buy one table and a chair, right? Because if you go $80 for each chair, and this rounds to about $130, right? Even one chair and that table is going to go over $200, right? So just forget it and just buy the chairs. Or just forget the chairs and buy the table. Let's see. Let's do where they have fractions. Let's do some other than just dollars and decimals. You kind of do automatically from shopping and stuff. Let's do where we have a fraction times, oh no, that was, I'm sorry, that was what we were doing in our last section. Let's do, like on number 19, it says 49 times 7.89. I'm going to do number 20, which will be like 19, the one you have to do. 20 has 7.4 times 8.9. What would you probably round those to? This one you would round to what? 7, right? Kind of round it to 7. This one, round it to about 9. Okay? Does that make sense? This you would round it to 7, that would, you would round to 9. So it would round to about 63. Okay? If you had bigger numbers, let's do like number 26 has 914 divided by 0.921. Okay, if you were going to round those, the directions say to round them where you have a lot of zeros. Like this one we rounded where it was a whole number. If you were rounding this, you could go to 900, or if you rounded to the front number, you could go to 1,000. So you could go 900 or 1,000. Okay, this number, if you rounded it to 0.9, that would round to 1. So this answer could come out to like 900, or if you rounded this one to 1,000, it could be 1,000. So see how far apart your answers could be? It's according to how you rounded that. On number 26, it actually has A, B, C, D, and they're all tens, hundreds, and thousands. So the C answer that says 1,000 would be the closest answer. Okay? A lot of them, yeah. On the second page, a lot are multiple choice. Actually, the first page is too, so. Yeah. There's a few that are not this multiple choice, so those that you should be able to get the right answer because there will just be one that's the closest to what it actually should be. Okay, 4.7 is word problems. Okay, they're word problems where you're kind of estimating, or like number 1, number 2, you're using there's a table. Okay, it wants you to use a table to answer these questions. Like number 1, it says, how much more costly was Hurricane Trina than Hurricane Andrew? Okay, so you're just going to take those numbers and do what? Subtract them, right? So find Katrina and Andrew, you've got 81.2 and 38.1. That's not even an estimation. You can just take those numbers. This is 4.7 already. Page 278. Okay, Katrina costed $81.2 million, and Hurricane Andrew costed $38.1. So all you have to do is subtract those numbers. 2 minus 1, we have to borrow for that one. 11 minus 8 is 3, 7 minus 3 is 4. Go ahead and write billion after that though. It was not, it didn't cost 43.1 more. It wasn't $43 more. It was $43.1 billion more. Okay. So the word problems, I think they're kind of, most of them are kind of self-explanatory. There are a few that people have had questions about. Let me go over those. Number 20, you have some distance. What it says is it wants you to find which route will take you the less time. So you try to find out the time for two different routes. Remember the formula distance equals rate times time? It tells you to use that formula. Okay. If you're trying to find the time, what do you think you'll do with the distance and the rate? If you're trying to find time.
You divide.
To find time, you need to divide by rate, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what you're going to do with number 20. The time will be the distance divided by the rate you were driving. Okay? Let's say, this isn't on number 20, but let's say you went 60 miles and your car was really bad off. You were only driving 30 miles per hour. How long did it take you to get there? You went 60 miles at 30 miles per hour. Distance is 60 miles, right? We're going to do distance divided by the rate. Miles divided by the rate, which is your miles per hour. Okay? 60 divided by 30. It took you 2 hours to get there. So that's what you got to do with the route A and the route B. You're going to take the distance and divide it by how fast you were going. Okay? So you need to make sure you do that. Distance divided by rate. Okay, number 23 and 24 has stamps. You don't have to do 24. You have to do 23, but let me show you. Number 24, same kind of problem. Every single one of these problems with the figures right here, you have to do the perimeter. You remember what perimeter is? If you're guarding the perimeter, you're guarding the fence. So it's how far it is around it, right? So for the perimeter, add up all of the outside as if you were putting a fence up. How many miles would you need? How many yards would you need? Okay, so the perimeter, add them up. The perimeter of these steps here, you're going to have to add up how far it is around it. You're not going to find one of them and multiply it, because all of these other sides here are not part of the perimeter. Okay? You're just going to add up how far it is around the outside. Okay? Let's do number 24. You have 2.5 this direction and 4.0 this direction. Let me do that on paper. We had stamps like this. A little bit farther. We have 3 steps at the bottom. Okay, 2.5 centimeters here and 4 centimeters from here. 4.0 or 4. Okay, how many 2.5s, the distance 2.5, how many of those are you going to have here? You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So multiply that times 6 to get how far these are right here. How many 4 or 4.0s are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 4 of the 4 centimeters. Does everybody see that? Okay. So the 4 times 4 is 16 centimeters. 2.5 times 6, you got 30, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, the decimal makes us move it back. So we have 16 centimeters plus we have 15 centimeters. So we need to add those two numbers. So it's 31 centimeters all the way around. That's the easy way to do it. If you want to add 2.5 plus 4 plus 2.5 plus 2.5 plus 4 plus 2.5, if you want to add every single one of those, you can do that. This is the easy way to do it. Okay? Okay, another one that you might have questions on has a circle like a washer. Okay? A washer that has a hole in it, a circle with a circle inside. This right here, this is your inside diameter. The diameter right here. From the side to the side, that's called your outside diameter. Okay. Number 28, it wants to know this right here, the inside diameter, and it gives you the outside diameter is 4.52 centimeters. Okay? It also tells you how wide it is right here, which is 0.9 on both sides. Both of these are 0.9. Okay, so if you want to know how wide this is, how much of it is washer? 0.9, you can add it. 0.9 plus 0.9, and you get 9 and 9 is 18. Or you could say 0.9 times 2, and you'll get the same answer. Okay? This part takes up 1.8 centimeters. Okay, what do we do to find out how big the diameter is then, the inside diameter? Any ideas? How big is this? What about this number?
Divide it.
We're going to subtract it. Yeah. See if it's, let's use something without decimals for a minute. Let's say we had something from here to here that was 5 centimeters. Okay? If it was 5 centimeters here, and you had 1 centimeter here and 1 centimeter here. From here to here, to add up to 5, we'd still need 3 here. See, 3, 4, 5? So when we add these two numbers, this 2, we would subtract it from the total to get the 3 right there. Does that make sense with using the whole numbers?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you add these two, we're going to subtract it from our total. We've added those 2 right there. We're going to subtract it from the total, 1.8. We need to add a 0, so it's the same length. 2 minus 0, and then we need to borrow 15 minus 8. 7. 3 minus 1. And what is this? In centimeters. Okay? Don't forget to put the units on your answer. Okay, number 33. I'm going to do one like it, similar to it, so that you'll know how to do number 33. So this is like 33. This is not number 33. Okay, it tells you you have a rectangular yard. It doesn't have a picture, but you want to draw you a picture when you do these problems. It'll help you figure them out. Okay, there's a rectangular yard, and let's say this yard is 30 by 10. And let's put feet. That's a common number there. Okay, let's say this was your front yard. And then you have a square inside of it. Maybe you have a cement square that you have your grill or something put on it, okay? This square has sides that are 5 foot apart, 5 foot on each side. If you're going to put grass everywhere except where the cement is, how much grass is that? What area does that cover? Okay, how do you figure out the area of a rectangle? Length times width. Okay, so your whole yard covers how much area? 30 times 10, right?
Yeah,
30 times 10, so it's 300 what? Square feet. 300 square feet. This is your yard. Okay, what are we going to do about the cement? Are we going to subtract 5? No. We need to get the area of that square. Even if it says it's square, you know it's 5 over here too, right? So you're going to do 5 times 5. You'd have to do the side times the side to get the area of this. So this is 25 square feet, right? 5 times 5. So you have to subtract the cement from what's covered in grass. So subtract 25 square feet from the whole yard. So how much square feet do you have in grass? 275 square feet of grass. Okay. Number 36 has a batting average. Okay, what you have to do for batting average is going to come out as a decimal, okay? A batting average. Let's say that every time you get up to bat, let's see, the total of times you went up to bat was, you went up there 15 times. Let's say that you actually hit the ball. If you're as bad as me, maybe you hit the ball 3 times out of the 15 times you went to bat. This is your hits, the number of times you hit the ball, over the total times you were at bat. Okay, don't leave it as a fraction, simplified or anything. A batting average will be as a decimal. Okay, so do the top divided by the bottom to get your batting average. So 3 divided by 15 will be 15 into 30 is 2, right? Comes out even. So your batting average would be 0.2. And I'm guessing that's a pretty low batting average, right? Actually, that might be good for me to hit it 3 times out of 15. But that's how if you see a decimal, that's what they did, is they did how many times that they hit the ball divided by how many times they were at bat. Okay, I think the rest of them you'll be able to figure out. If not, you can ask me questions, give me a call, or ask me while you're in class. Do you see anything right away that you have questions on? Looking at 4.6 and 4.7. Not right off the bat. It's hard to tell by looking at word problems if you have questions on it. I'm just showing you the ones that people have asked me about in the past already.